Hi, and this is for discussion 3. So, overall, from the video that I watched with Stella Young, I really agree with Stella just for the simple fact that she made a really strong point about how people with disabilities are, sometimes recognized, especially like when they're labeled as inspirational just for living their everyday regular life. So while it might seem positive on the surface, it can actually take away from seeing them as full people with real strengths, struggles, and goals. Instead of focusing on who they are as individuals, it turns them into motivation for people without disabilities, which isn't fair because it's like that's something that they was born with, they have to deal with. So, and at the end of the day, they're still human. They're still human. So if you're looking at them as like a motivation when y'all are both human, you're looking at them as motivation for the wrong thing, for something that they basically can't help. So it is not fair. So in reference to question number 2, as a future teacher, I really think it's important to constantly check like my own point of views and my own assumptions, for the simple fact that disabilities don't look the same for every student. So I can't rely just on stereotypes or like their past experience. My goal is to want to listen to my students and learn from their families and stay open to learning new strategies. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I still have high expectations for all of my students, just by focusing on what they can do and giving them the support that they need in order to succeed, instead of lowering the expectations and lowering the bar for them. So for number 3, inclusion is important for everyone. Especially for students with disabilities, it helps them feel accepted, valued, and part of the classroom community. For students without disabilities, it teaches empathy, patience, and understanding. And it helps all students learn that everyone is different and that differences are normal, and it's not something that you would want to be separated from. Question number 4, one challenge I think is communication. Communication is very challenging, especially for families who feel overwhelmed or they feel unsure on how to advocate for their child. They're not sure where to start when it comes to a support system. So teachers can help by being clear, supportive, and consistent with the help. Another challenge is access to resources. So teachers can help connect families to services and support systems. A third challenge is emotional stress, and teachers can also assist by showing empathy, celebrating the child's progress, and making families feel like true partners in their child's education. So basically, making the parent feel like they're not alone. Like, dealing with having to raise a child with a disability, I can only imagine is challenging. But just knowing that you have somebody along with you, like the person that's educating your child and the person that with your child every day, they're getting the kind of support and love they need when they're away from home. So I feel like that's a very important part of the support systems, and staying consistent with that support and tracking their progress and monitoring their progress, seeing a difference in changes in their academics and stuff like that. So last question is, how can schools encourage families to become actively involved? Schools can encourage families to become involved by creating welcoming environments and also listening to the parents, like getting their suggestions on like different things that the school should host and have each and every year, so that the parents and the faculty and what they call PTO, so they all could come together and get more closer as a school family. This includes flexible meeting times, clear communication, and opportunities for the families to participate in different things that the school holds. So with that being said, when schools build trust and show that the families are valued and involved and seen, the families are more likely to engage in the things that the school has.